different level triggered back in 2012.
Yeah.
Just tell us the short version of that, especially the fun with the waterfall
Okay. Yes. So,
and the synchronicities.
so yeah, there was a lot of synchronistic events that happened. A girlfriend of mine called me and told me about a gentleman that she met and had just got back from John of God, and he had an experience there that was really beautiful. And so, okay, it was a beautiful conversation. And as soon as I hung up the phone with her, I got this intuitive, really strong intuitive nudge. You need to go. And I was like, okay, well, why? I don't, need to go. And it wasn't really on my bucket list. It wasn't really a thing that I really desired. And you need to go, and you need to go now. And I was like, but, I don't have the money. And then the money showed up. Well, I don't have, I need a babysitter for my kids. And well, then their dad ended up taking them for a couple of weeks. And I was like, okay, now I don't have an excuse. So, I guess I gotta go.
But the visa?
Yes, the visa, yes. And so
And
that
you
was
gotta understand, visa can take 6 weeks to 2 months to get sometimes a visa.
exactly. And going to Brazil at that time, because that was when they were having the soccer cup at the time. So to get a visa during that time was impossible before 6 months. I got mine in 4 days. It was amazing, like how that even happened. I don't even know how that happened, but so yeah, I had it expedited. And again, I didn't even know about the soccer cup because I wasn't a follower, but I found out some of the stuff later that people that I met on tour, they're like, yeah, we had to plan this out a whole year ahead, and we barely got our visa in time to get here because it took so long because of the cup. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got mine in 4 days. It was like super easy. I had no clue, So it was meant for me to be there. And on that excursion to see John of God, before you could actually see him, they require that you go into the sacred waterfall to clear your etheric field. So then or when he sees you, he knows exactly what's yours and what's not, because that we can kind of sometimes carry energetically other people's energies. So this waterfall clears the etheric field. And so, but I was still in the mystery of what am I here for? I don't even know why I'm here. And I met people on this group that were stage 4 cancer, and they're on their deathbed, and they're really suffering for some major issues. And I was really honestly embarrassed. Like, why am I here? I'm not sick. There's nothing wrong. I don't know. And
You're not a country western song of, my fourth wife just kicked me out and my dogs left me and whatever.
right.
You were in a pretty good, you were still going through a divorce, which
you
had your own
I had a
emotional,
lot of emotion.
but it wasn't horrific.
Right, catastrophic. It wasn't. It was painful. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like what they were going through. So I didn't understand. But so when I got to the waterfall, I had a very interesting experience where when I stuck my head into the waterfall, there was these red lights that I saw, and I heard the word was self-rejection. And then there was a red light, and I heard, thank you. And it went 7 blips of light, like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just knew intuitively that was generations before me. And then it came back to me in a big red light, and that I think was symbolic of me. And then there was 3 lights in front of me, and I have 3 children. And so I was like, wow, I get to heal all my generations and me and my kids, which was like this overwhelming sense of, yes, like I want to dump this to crumpet, So I stuck my head even further into the waterfall, like, yes, every cell of my body, release it, get rid of this. So it was a really profound experience, but it left me with a lot of questions, more questions than answers, because self-rejection, what does that mean exactly?
See, we've heard the victimhood aspects, worthiness,
not good enough,
self-love,
but
rejection's kind of a little bit of a different twist to it, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot more to it than, and so I've been in this place of exploration ever since then. Like, what does that mean? And there was a lot of things for me that I was like, I wasn't feeling good enough. Going through a divorce, I was married for good long time with him for 30 years. It was a big part of my life, and walking a new adventure on my own, and I didn't really know, what I was doing, and then how spirit guided me to become a massage therapist of all things at the midst of all of this. And it was all new, but at the same time, I felt like there was something guiding me and protecting me in all of this, but I just didn't understand. So through lots of being in this new world with massage, and then I was learning about energy work, and then other healers and modalities. So I've been in this healing world for quite a long time now, and still exploring, what does self-rejection mean exactly? And
any particular notes you've come up with so far?
Well, the most current situation that I'm going through, I actually am starting to see exactly what it is. And it's unfortunate. It's kind of one of those, how do you want to judge it? Is I'm seeing it through the eyes of my daughter. So I have a 24-year-old daughter that she's going through a relationship breakup herself. And I'm seeing the patterns that she's carrying in her that I also carried at that time when I was going through it with my own divorce. And it's kind of it's unfortunate because I see her suffering horribly. But then it's also fortunate because I see wow, I did heal that. That's not me no more. And, but it's hard to see her through it. And then there's a part of me.
But see, it's important to recognize, or shall we say, to emphasize that each of us carry patterns that if we don't heal within ourselves,
right.
Our children on a soul level, not as a victim,
right,
frequently will pick up the baton,
yes,
and continue to work to heal that particular energy. And
yes.
In this instance, you've seen yourself do the work, but at the same time, you're seeing your daughter go through it
right.
at a similar fashion, not as a victim, but still going through it. And
right.
as you described, the pain
yes.
kicks in.
Yes.
The guilt. Did I not do enough?
Exactly. That's exactly it.
And
as a parent, you want to protect your kid from all of that. And so there has been some shaming and blaming in my own mind.
No, you wouldn't do that to yourself.
Yes, I would. But at the same time, I'm like, I kind of had a moment with that. I'm like, oh gosh, I didn't do my work good enough. I didn't. And then I'm like, or am I not looking at this in the right way? Maybe I need to look at this in a different perspective. That, yes, because as I'm seeing it going through her, I see, yes, I did heal that. So that gives her the opportunity to walk her path faster, Plus, she's 24. I didn't hit mine until I was 40. So she's going to transmute this much faster than I did. And so it is a little bit like, okay, I can choose. It's always choice, free will, right? We have a choice to say if I'm a victim, or if I want to be in shame and blame, or if I want to hold her in that space of I've walked it, I know you can walk it too. And we're going to transmute this faster together. So that's kind of where now I'm kind of holding my energy for her in.
And she is reasonably open.
Yes, she is.
To the trend. And that helps, because if she
yes.
was closed to that,
yes,
you're, unfortunately, as a parent, you have to let them have their path as it is. But in this instance, Kayla is at least open to that energetic healing,
yes.
and looking at it more deeply so that she can, in fact, clear it and move it forward. And it's such a huge thing for the two of you, in essence, to do the healing simultaneously. And I've seen instances where, shall we say, well, we only want the daughter to do this healing. But no. Whereas if you combine the dynamic of both parents and the individual, there is a group energy
yes.
that occurs around that. And I have no doubt that your ex-husband carries that same energetic as well. But at least with it being cleared from the two of yours, transmuting and clearing that energy, it should break the cycle.
That's the hope.
Should.
Yes.
Should.
Yes.